You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Trading with OC. Hopefully, you guys are having a fantastic day. Welcome in, Ace. How is it going, buddy? Welcome. Great to have you around, my friend. And let's get started because we need to go over a couple of things. Yesterday, we had a couple of hits and runs. So hopefully, you have been taking some profits and move your stop to entry because those trades were moving fast AF. So just so we keep a track. Reverse right now stopped us out. All right, so we need to go over that. We have Sun, Solana. Sun was actually playing out very nicely. Now it's well, it went up, down, took us out, back up. So hopefully you guys took some profits in there. XRP doing great, and at this point we should be taking a look at Bitcoin. So enough talking. Oh, how's marriage? Doing fabulous, man. I'm loving it. Let me know. Only second to BTC, the second in the 24-hour volume on CMC. Only second to BTC. Let's get it. All right, so let's go into the charts and let's take a look at what we got in here. All right, so let's get started first. Oh yeah, right. There you go, fixed. All right, so let's go really quickly to Bitcoin. Let's track how is it going. And we should be already within a trade. Remember that we were talking about a possible shorting here on the breakout retest, right? So very first breakout retest, that was our first entry. We can go even into the 30 minutes. Let's get it. And if you did not cut that one up, well, we recently had one today. Right now, what's going on? So we are above that zero line, all right? Volatility is low. We're pretty bearish, and consolidation is pretty low. So despite we are above that above that zero line, we need to be extremely cautious because yes, it looks like it's going to pump up, and I mean seems like it, all right. But we also have that resistance at the top that could be blocking the way up. If you haven't, make sure to move your stop to entry. All right, we are gonna get another opportunity to re-enter if you did not enter in here, but so far so good. Let's keep that open and we'll see how that plays out. So let's take a look at a couple of other things. So River, we were talking about a possible trading here. We lost the zero line looking for that flip of the ribbon ranging, and guess what, we have a big body candle. Perfect. We were looking for that big body candle. All right. And we were also looking for, there we go, inside of that ranging here. Something important, I did move my stop higher up and it got me. All right. Nonetheless, I'm going to be trying to re-enter a little bit lower. So let me move this just tiny bit here low. And what I'm going to be looking for is this continuation downwards. How will that look like? All right, so that would look like something like that. All right, so I'm gonna be trying to long in here, short in there, right, with the quantum and dynamic reactor, and then continue as we keep dropping. So you can actually skip the long, guys. Remember, bear market, the longs that we're taking, they're quarter positions, they're very low leverage, except Sun, that was a 30x leverage, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Alexander, welcome. Great to have you. All right, so far so good. We're doing great at this moment. I mean, yes, 2 hits, that's fine. We need to keep the consistency, and remember, we are preparing for those big shorts, all right? Still, we need to move with cautious because, as always, we have a lot of shakiness in the market, and the thing it is show, I mean, down up, right, with those huge weeks, right, since we start turning back around, and that is normal. This is the transition zone. All right, so far so good. We're gonna be looking for this next entry. I'm gonna set my alert. There it is, and of course I'm gonna set another alert right up there. Let's take a look at Solana here. So Solana not doing that bad. In fact, it's doing a fairly all right. We're going for the next entry right here, and we are about to be breaking through that zero line. If this is too messy, let me fix that for you. All right, let me just get rid of this thing in here and this thing in here, and of course we need to go to the 4 hour because we're looking at a distributed entry. Remember that we went down, back up on profits, right? Back down on it. All right, so entering on that second area, and finally we have another one as we have bullish divergence for once, triple bullish divergence, big seeker reversal, but we ain't got no money flow. That's what we're looking for in here. All right, so guys, just remember, this is not that we are gonna be doing that kind of trading. All right, no, we are, come on, let me grab that. All right, this is a no. All right, what we're looking for is just to squeeze just a little bit more out of the market. All right, and then let me just get rid of everything here. All right, oh, don't do that, not everything. But yeah, I think, yeah, perfect, better. And let me also, yeah, it's kind of getting a little too noisy here. There it is, perfect. And what we're trying to catch here, remember, is that higher low, breakout of the trend line, and then just a pump that maybe can take us out of here, and it's going to be giving us a better positioning for the next upcoming short. All right, so far so good. I mean, we keep riding this dump. We're riding across that trend line. That's good. That's still fine. And well, remember, we need to hold that position. Let's go over. We also talked about Shiba. Let's get it. Shiba was another. This was not fun, man. I mean, come on. This was only 30 minutes. We had, there we go, our next possible entry. I was looking for a possible bounce, but I'm telling you, look at that, man. And then look at that. Well, it is where it is. Right now, we're above that zero line. We have the breakout retest. We're not there yet. If anything, we are going to be jumping back in with that break of structure. Remember that this was gambling money, especially on meme coins. All right, so we're gambling for that kind of movement. I mean, come on, we missed it for a little bit. This was what I was hunting. We were just a little too early to the moon. I mean, to the move. So we need to rinse and regroup. All right, so let's take a look at where are we standing. Basically the same overall area, right? So we can draw a trend line in here. Fantastic. Have we broken it? Not really. We're trying to, all right? And we are going to be looking for that rejection in there. If we consistently do at least a double, like a double top, and we hold the support. So how would that look like? Something like that. And we hold the support. I'm going to be aiming for a little bit of a ranging here that we're going to be jumping in and out of Shiba. All right, let's go over. Well, BNB doing fantastic. Let's go for Pepe. All right, Pepe was another one that it had a lot of volatility. Again, looking for that one, for that movement. Well, it just burst through it a little too early, but still fine. All right, so what do we do now? I'm gonna still do a couple of meme coins. We're gonna be looking at them tomorrow, Friday. All right, but at this point we need to regroup, right? Take a look at how Bitcoin is gonna be moving, plan for the next upcoming move. All right, and then tomorrow we're gonna be trying to take those entries. That doesn't mean that you're not keeping your eyes open. All right, so let's go over River. Remember, I'm planning to jump in here. We already have that reversal. Let's get it. All right, so I believe, or I'm gonna be trying to get it a little bit higher here, and then jump in with that trade. Important. This is it. All right. Let's remember. Let me see if I can bring this up. Bear with me a second. Get this out of the way. All right. Bear with me a second. I'm just going over and find that video. Okay, so I'm going to the Discord, Chart Prime Discord. Going into the additional content. Inside additional content, important classes. And inside important classes, video number 1. Perfect. I got it here. Let's bring it up. Let's wait for it to start loading.
Guys, so let's get started.
Let me see if I can push it all the way up in here. And is this it? This really doesn't look like it. Oh yeah, it is. All right, whatever. It's exactly the same, right? So this is the one. This is not exactly the one that I was looking for. Let me see if I can get a better version. Why am I getting this one here? Important classes. Video number 1. Oh, got it. All right. Got the one. So I mean, it is the same thing. It just looks better here. Is why? Because I went over and take the time to do those little flags, right? All right, perfect. So right here, come on. This is the one that I'm going to be looking for, all right? The version 2, but the opposite one. So we're dropping blue flag or reversal flag, all right? And then back up, rejection out of the trend line or the support and continuation downwards. But look at how that flag looks, or where is it positioning. So we're breaking through. So this line, it is a previous support. So we're breaking through that support. That's why it's being cut. All right. And then we have the reversal back to the previous support, now resistance, and then continuation downwards. All right. Same thing that is happening here. Breaking through the big support, reversal, back to the support that now is a resistance, and then a continuation downwards. All right. So we got this clean and clear. All right. Nonetheless, remember, the longs that we're taking are gambling situations right now, or gambling opportunities, trying to squeeze just a little bit more of the market. If you don't want to, please don't go for them. Remember, there is a higher risk related to those, but still look for those or position yourself for those shorts. All right. So most likely we're gonna get more downside somewhere around, I would call October 2026. I mean 2027. All right. So we still have a long way to go. Maybe shallow market. We'll see. But in the meantime, bear market is here to stay. So remember to change that switch from bullish to bearish. All right. So hey, what's up? Shibi, what's up? Shibai, welcome. Yo peeps, welcome. All right, lost and crypto, how's it going, my friend? Welcome, great to have you. All right, let's take a look at a couple other things in here. Let's go for the classics. Let's keep track on those. Starting with FETH. So FETH, it is right here. All right, not doing that bad at all. All right, it's on its way down still. All right, perfect. We are above that 0 line. So let's go take a look at the 4 hour. Perfect. Look at that. So we're still within that entry, all right? I believe that we might have another bounce back down. And that's based on the 30 minutes. Let's go back to the 30 minutes. I know this gets a little noisy, all right? Especially here. Let me just get rid of that. Just for now. Okay. Much better. So what we might have in here, it might be a sweep of some lows or something along those lines, right? I mean, yeah, I want to grab these highs. Not really working for me, so let's just put it there. Yeah, much better. 1, 2, 3, and then this one's just continuation, part of the range. All right, so not highs. Perfect. So important right here, we already have our pivot here. We have a bullish divergence. We have a possible reversal. We have, of course, a flip of the ribbon breaking through. Nice. We're looking for the last flip of the ribbon. Higher low, breakthrough, dynamic reactor, and continuation upwards. So that's going to be our next entry if you did not caught this one that we planned yesterday. All right. So if that is the case, happy hunting. Take care of those entries. All right. Set your alerts. And what I'm going to go and do is adding an alert to this trend line. So let me hit it. Here it is. Lock it. Alert. Let's click OK. Hey, Olga Ivanova in the house. Welcome. Great to have you. Where is it? Curtis, how is it going? Welcome. Yeah, Olga. Sorry, I completely missed you there. I thought I saw you, and then for 1 second, I lost you. But welcome, welcome. Good evening, my friend. Curtis, welcome, my friend. Welcome. All right. Let's go and take a look at a couple of other stuff. Let's go for Litecoin. Litecoin in the same area. Let's go for that for hours. All right. The only difference on Litecoin is that we have lost the zero line. That doesn't mean that we cannot come back up, but we ain't got that strength so far. It seems like we might have the acceptance back. So most likely we are going to go for a lower high. All right. So some lower highs in here. So where are we going to be entering? When that candle closes acceptance back into the range, we're going to be looking for reposition ourselves for the downside. This is going to be a dangerous trade. Why? Because this is almost the end of the range and we have a lot of resistance there. Look at that. Where is your range? Going to be in here. So basically, I'm not going to be looking for that long. All right. Can I get it? Yes, but at this moment, I just see too much resistance in here, too close to that resistance. So I'm not jumping in for that long, but I will be jumping in for that short. All right. So what I'm going to go for, it's another alert at 53.63, and I'm going to be planning for that short positioning here. I'm only going to be taking it on its way down. All right. Perfect. So let's go take a look at something else. Let's go for Link. Haven't looked at Link for a long time. Well, I was looking for a little bit of a breakout in here when we had a breakout going above that zero line, having just a little bit more of that money flow. We lost the money flow, basically having less volatility, dropping back down. So let's clear this up. Let's zoom out and let's, of course, remove all of the spaghetti. So far, so good. All right. Again, the longs that we're looking for, and I think that we're here. All right. The longs that we're going to be looking for are just to position ourselves closer to the resistance to then have a continuation short. All right. Best case scenario, we're going to get a big old range. That is fantastic because a range, well, basically is a cheat code where you can, if you can deduct that range early, you can buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, and then you get one stopped out, but then you head switch on the next impulse, and then you ride the wave. All right. The same thing we're going to be doing here. So first, we need to acknowledge that we have a Wyckoff scenario, a very ugly Wyckoff range, V-shaped recovery, high, not higher than the previous range, and we have our pivot. Okay. So far, so good. Where is the range then? So the range is in between these areas. So basically, we're at the bottom of the range. All right. And as high as these candles can go, right? Important. Technically, it should be here. But then we have a gap right there. All right. So anything at this top or anything crossing over, I'm going to be considering an excellent point of shorting. All right. So far, so good. I think that we have the definition of the range. And we're going to be buying low, selling high. When are we buying low? Basically, well, right now. But let's bring up first our support and resistances. All right. Perfect. So this is important. Look at where our order blocks are. Right below and right at the top. A lot of resistance in here. So where we're going to go, or what I'm going to be doing, is just marking that resistance. And this is where things start getting a little confusing because there's just way too many things in the way. All right. So how do we go about this? Well, Link is something that I really want to trade. It's not that I'm dying to trade this, but it's looking way better. I'd rather trade these than other coins. All right. And first we need to assume that this is going to be a resistance and this is going to be dropping down. Worst case scenario, right? So we can either hedge or move our stop to entry. Move to stop to entry. It's much better option than hedging that area. All right. And give me guys 1 second. Sorry for that. All right. Minute. Sorry, I'm just getting a lot of messages right now. I'm just getting the updates. Sorry for that. Give me 1 second. Okay, great. All right, so we're going to be assuming that this is going to be a rejection, and we're not going to be jumping in for that rejection other than we reject off that zero line. All right, so we're most probably going to be taking it as we break and continue. Don't worry, you have a long way to go, right? So missing just a breakout there is not going to make much of a difference. I'd rather go with that security point. Another thing that we're going to be going for, it is the short at the top. This is going to be an amazing area to short. And then I'm going to keep that short open. I'm going to take 50, add 50, take 50, add 50, and leave it open in case or when it starts breaking or crumbling downwards, right? So if you don't know what I'm doing, remember that we have a free course in the channel in Piper Academy. Go check out, I believe it's what was it? I think chapter number 3 or 4, not 100% sure, which is range trading. And I explain everything that we have in here. F Aster, let's go. Yeah. All right. So you want me to do Aster too? Let me know. Let me know. Oh man, but yeah, F Aster. Why this S thing isn't dropping at all? Because of the amount of degens that we have. But yeah, let's go. So I believe that you're looking for a and for a short, right? And by the way, you are right on spot. We just need to look for a resistance, and we got the perfect resistance. We're gonna be, I bet you that we're gonna get a rejection out of here. Look at that. And that rejection, by the way, it's not gonna be that, all right? But it's gonna be that. I'm just gonna be marking this because then I don't know if we're gonna get like a fake out. We have had that in the past. Look at that. Like we go up, come back down, go back up, and then we drop, right? And we had that same fake out in other more important coins such as in Bitcoin, but I just was looking for something relative there. Let me see if we have anything in the top in there. Let me bring my indicators up and we'll see. Yes, we have a couple of order blocks. Right now, we are on an order block. Look at the area that we, quote unquote, guessed out of the previous price action. We have a reaction zone. We have the top of the swing entry low, right? But be careful because we could still be based on the FOMO or food. We could be even getting all the way up there. All right. So the point will be long it as long as we are above that zero line and short it when we are below that zero line. If you're looking for the short, this would be a good area. I cannot guarantee you this is going down other than, and this is looking like a goose head, which means little retracement, other move to the upside, right? Remember, bigger retracement. So I rather, maybe you can, I rather wait for this long, open, then the short, and then drop back down. But yeah, that's what I got. In fact, let's actually go for a couple of alerts. And I do see the money flow POC, so that retracement might not even be there. So I'm gonna do this, and this secondary alert that I'm placing up in here is just like in case, because I think I want to do Aster also. if it's we have a break of structure entry. But yeah, so what is the plan? Looking for the reversal, re-entry, long it, then short it. But yeah, I mean, it's just too much euphoria right there. Ton, just because I see it right here. All right, ton is within the rock in a rock in a hard place. Two big order blocks, one much chunkier than the other one, but still seems to have kind of the same concentration within those two zones. Let's see if we have anything else. Let's bring up the cavalry. All right, so we have a huge loud order block. We're dropping. I believe that we're gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna add an alert in there and maybe just below, and I'm gonna be looking for rejection, and hitting that support. If for some reason we break through, this is gonna be my plan. All right, but that will have to first, I need to hit that trend line right in there. In fact, let's just mark this. It's not a trend line, it's actually a combination of a predictive range versus the swing range that we have. Hey, Mark Dutch, how's it going? Dutchy, welcome. Great to have you guys. All right. What are the things that we can still do? C cash, maybe. What? Let's go take a look at that one. Guys, if you have DJ things, we're gonna be taking a look at meme. It's gonna be meme coin Thursdays. I think that would be great. All right, perfect. So we are ranging. Ooh, that's not good. All right, we're ranging. We have a lot of resistance in here, and now the perspective a little different. Why? Because of my oscillator. So where's my pen? Here it is. Okay, as we're going down, and that's not it. This is it. I say, as we're going down, we also want to see the price of this thing going down, but never lost its boundary. It never lost its support. Then as it's going up, the thing is actually moving up. So are we buying here? Not really. I cannot recommend buying there. Why? Because of the swing range and then the high order block, right? But what I can do see, it's a very thick oscillator, which indicates me that we might be coming back down. So let's go for a short. All right. This is gonna be quarter of an entry. Let's go or like this, and this is gonna be a double entry short. All right. So our first entry is gonna be at quarter of an entry again at 247. Next short entry at 264, aiming to the high order. So let's get it. We finally found one. So let's take a look at what else. TRX. Why not? You know what? What was it? FTX? Let's see. Yeah, why not? Let's. Holy shit. FTX. All right, guys. Disclosure. This is dead. At least in my opinion. It was FTT. And where the F can we trade this? Market cap, crypto cap, BitMEX. Oh, but BitMEX, man. Oh. This is like peeing stone. Nah, not really. Glass, no, nah. I thought there would be a reminiscence of. Ooh. All right. Yeah, I guess we can. All right, Binance. Guys, I mean, this is just for fun, but look at this. All right, we are hilariously low in here. So again, this is just for fun, just so you guys know. All right, let's go to the 15 minutes. I think we're gonna have enough candle structure there. Look at the amount of shakeouts that we have, up and down. And I think we're going to get a dead cat bounce. And I'm going to be looking for a rejection here. I know it's a freaking mess. We have a high order block right there. And that's going to be basically it. All right. So We're above that zero line. We already have the flip of the ribbon. We have, dude, that should have been along right away. Oh no. All right, too slow for that long, man. Whatever. We're not gonna be taking it. Not gonna be taking it because look at that. What happened last time? I don't want to be buying tops. All right. So maybe let's just let it go, and then we're gonna be looking for this kind of short somewhere around here. In fact, I'm gonna add 2 alerts. Maybe try to short it, not too much. We'll see how that goes. I was targeting 0.59. Hey, Kelly in the house. How is it going? What's up, KTGT? Welcome to Real KTGT. Welcome, my friend. Trench Juicy Crypto. How's it going? It's a breaking out of the orb. Let's get it. Figured I'll stop by. Thank you, my friend. Really appreciate you, brother. Thank you for stopping by. Really means a lot to me. Thank you, brother. All right, Kelly, how's it going? Long time no see. You are one of my besties. Welcome. All right. Let's get it. What else we got in here? Beginning real quick. Started BTC from 68,100. Nice. All right. Let's go take a look at what else we got in here. This thing is gonna keep pumping. I'm not gonna be chasing after this. Let's see what else. Injective. All right, just because I saw it here. All right. So right now we're just kind of like discovering, looking for some opportunities. Things have been very shaky. All right, and that gives me hopes that we might be hitting some home runs. That's why we're going for those. All right, so this one actually looks bad. Breakout retest continuation. But we do have money flow. Money flow is a very important part of the oscillator. That's why we did not look at that early reversal, right? Reversal diamond. So most likely something lower or equally high. So let's see, what do we have anything in here? Let's see. If we do, that's going to be our short entry. And oof, not that great. Soft. The issue with the soft, I know they're bunching up, and well, when they bunch up, they do more than a soft, right? They combine into something hard. But in here, well, the point is that with just a little injection of money flow, we could be bursting through, and that will be your entry. That will be your entry. Other than that, we're looking for a possible short. We do have this trend line in here, so I'm just not gonna be trading this. Let's add an alert at the resistance. Once we start hitting the resistance, I'm gonna see what happens in here, and of course, once we start hitting the trend line, I'm gonna be seeing what's up with my oscillator. All right, let's do one more, and that one more, let's keep track of gold. All right, so where are you, gold? All right, perfect. This gold entry. Oh, sorry, I had a pretty bad night tonight. Don't know why. But let's go over here. Okay, from our long entry, it's doing pretty nice. It seems like we have a rejection. I'm not gonna be taking out my position. Other than this happens, I'm still gonna get out at profits. All right, but in the meantime, we are within the same trend line here. Okay, that one from the week, so we can even still go a little lower, hit it up, and then continuation. But the most probable scenario, it's because we are above that zero line, we are pretty bullish, is that we bounce back up. So look for a possible entry on this trend line in here. All right, I'm not saying that you're gonna get it, but that will be a very nice area to get it from. All right, and if not, wait for the breakout, retest, continuation. I am gonna be adding an alert at 5,109. All right, so $2 in the house. Welcome, DJ Mike Oli. Welcome, great. How's it going, guys? All right, so that's gonna be it for today. Tomorrow we are gonna be doing some more meme coin hunting. Let's see how that plays out. Right now we have 2 hits, but also we are doing all right in gold, doing all right in Bitcoin, and doing all right in a couple of other coins. So keep you guys up to date. See you guys tomorrow morning. And other than that, see you guys tomorrow.
You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero.